Welcome back to the show. Dan has been jettisoned into the sun, and we have Halvor in his place for Dust 2. The first Dust 2, G2 versus Mousesports. And they're playing two Dust 2s against each other. They have picked Dust 2 against each other, and therefore they should play two Dust 2s against
so
each
similar
other.
scenario to what we saw yesterday with the CLG and Energy.
Yep.
Different map, though. Should be interesting. We've already had one display from Mousesports on Dust 2 so far today. They're going to be going up against it a lot, so they have time to practice in that sense. You know, this is learning on the go in many ways. And judging from that first map, they have a few things that they can pick up on their CT sides. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out.
Alrighty, let's look at some knives.
Yeah, it don't really matter too much. So I guess literally looking at the knives is probably the most interesting thing about this round.
I'm literally looking at the knives. I don't care about anything else.
Joe, what's your favorite, like...
We need to cycle through the knives, guys. Cycle through the knives.
Body just had terrible ones. He had the scorched one that literally just looks like put on low graphics.
chrisJ likes his rough knives. He had the scorched Bowie, actually, which inspired me to give some away, some awful knives. But that's quite a reasonable knife. I like the ultraviolets.
So the way I've lost track of how many there are now.
Well, knives.
Yeah, like can you use knife? Never seen it before in my life. I have no idea.
But the flip knife?
No, like the pattern thingy on it.
Oh, okay. Oh well, now it's time for pistol. We'll come back to the knives. chrisJ off to a good start. Body getting flashed, and again. Ooh, stereo kills from Denis and Spiidi. So not a good pistol from G2 just yet. RpK with much to do. That's a lovely shot from RpK, but that's the only shot that will be successful for G2 in that pistol.
And not much going their way. G2 trying to do a pretty standard B2 or B split in that kind of situation, but just immediately get taken out the second they show themselves. So it's just Mousesports hitting good shots. Obviously having the superior pistols going into the round, it's going to be beneficial. You can hit shots like that. NiKo and Spiidi towards long. G2 may be headed there. That is a glorious grenade, though. Taking half the body, but he'll get out of long because that's a glorious flashbang from the T side. Counter flashes from NiKo to try and help his teammate peek, but that's not going to happen. Calamity. Oh, chrisJ almost goes down as well. Indeed, he does. So G2 fighting straight back into this. Yeah, that's a tiny bit worrying.
It looks really easy. I mean, the flashbangs helped G2 a hell of a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just a bit worried about because the position that NiKo takes, obviously there's a limit to how far back he can go in that kind of a situation, how far back he can pull. But yeah, he's in the middle of no man's land with his teammate on long, just falling so far back into pit that he's not going to have any sort of angle to help out NiKo in that situation. And then the fact that chrisJ is pretty much caught off guard by the fact that anyone from Mousesports can be that close.
Edge shots are real, 1-to-1. And Mousesports opting to force buy on the CT side. chrisJ going to leave a grand in the bank, 1,000. If you're not familiar with English slang. It is a grand. The grand is grand. Scream blinded, pushing into the tunnel, going to be forced back for the time being. So Mousesports managed to stop the initial push.
Stem the tide for now. And actually, with how G2 have played on, or how their playstyle has been on Dust 2, I probably think they would be the team that's best to actually force buy against because they go so grouped up in narrow choke points.
Oh my god, chrisJ. I saw the first eagle shot. Second one was nasty as well. And that puts Mousesports into a very successful force buy. And now G2 can opt to force buy with AKs. This shot was just... What is that?
Yeah, you can't do much about that. It's not that much worse either, the second one.
Right, G2 has got one flash. This needs to be the God flash. But where will it go? Delayed long, perhaps?
Seems to be the thought process, at least. Worked nicely on their last half buy, pretty much.
Right then, Spiidi doing some work, but he needs help from his teammates. There are two around A, but the flashes come in far too late, and it's almost a mirror of the previous time. team kill coming in from bodyy though. shox too blind to pull off the rotation, stop the rotation. NiKo spotting some players, wants to see how close they are. I don't know if they would have seen him holding a grenade in his hand. Even with the Mac 10, the hold looks weird.
Second one.
Yeah, but there's no kills, there's no kills! Now loWel is alone. Sorry, Scream and bodyy, both heavily tagged, so he can do this. That Molotov doing some damage to SmithZz. It's going to maim everyone. 1 versus 1, Smith still going for the 1 versus 1 duel.
Yeah, no reason for him to take this duel at this point. It has to be on loWel to actually make up some ground here.
I guess in fairness, the Molotov was forcing him away from the site as well. So.
Yeah, no, I completely see why he has to get away from the site, but just sticking around to take extra shots at loWel, that's... at that point, like, if that was me, I would just be shooting while running the entire time instead of just taking that half a second to stop up and see if you can find the headshot.
Well, loWel's going to back off and hold on to that UMP and armor. Yeah. So we saw this yesterday in a match. I think it was 4 spies, 1 in a row. We're on our 3rd, which is about to be won.
It was VP versus Envy, wasn't it, on Mirage? We saw the first 5 rounds just going back and forth.
Use the force, bouncing back and forth like a ping pong, or I don't know, anybody in a club in Atlanta.
But once again, Mousesports faltering to the fact that there's just 2 well-placed flashes. Or I guess in that instance, it was only just 1 that allows them to get them out. Like, there's too much of a gap for them to help each other on long. And the guy who's playing basically the non-pit position on long for Mousesports always gets caught out. So that's something they have to look into.
Yeah, Spiidi just got picked off at the beginning of the round by Scream, just facing the corner. So this 4 spy looks like the failure that was inevitable for one of these 2 teams. G2 heading towards consecutive rounds, but not if NiKo's got something to do about it. Molotov goes down, but Smith has got past the angle already. No AK for NiKo. That leaves loWel again with the UMP towards the B-bomb site. Good luck saving this one.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. And, well, he doesn't have any hope of actually winning the round. And the question is pretty much if G2 actually feel like they want to go hunting for him. There's no real reason for them to do so. They don't have SMGs themselves to necessarily bolster their own economy. So it's most likely going to be a bigger loss for... Well, it is going to be a bigger loss for them to lose an AK and trade out the kill with loWel than anything else.
Have you got any shark stories?
I've swam with a shark, or I've swam in the vicinity of a shark. I can't remember if it was a white tip or a black tip reef shark in Australia, but it wasn't a. It wasn't a dad.
Juvenile?
Yeah, it wasn't a dad, to put it that way. It was a small little guy. I think that's the closest I've been. Optional as well. Where I mean. Through choice. Not really one to go one with sharks.
Yeah, I don't wish to seek them out.
I've seen enough in aquariums to know enough that they terrify me at any given point. Like when you see Australians, for instance, who go head to head with sharks on Shark Week, like that's not me.
Not about that line. shox doesn't check the blind spot. Everyone knows that blind spot. He knows it as well. Oh dear, chrisJ, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've got a USP, you can't do this. RpK needs to get away from this. The double peek almost comes in, but he knows where both players are now. But can he afford to take these duels? He knows that he can't anymore. 38 HP. Needs to back off and let bodyy put in the work now. No AKs, no weapons that are too dangerous, at least for bodyy. RpK heavily tagged, everything's dangerous to him. Denis picks up an AK now.
Why does RpK bail out? Okay, no, he comes back. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's got a bomb. He's just
making sure nobody's getting him from behind there, but
waiting for bodyy to clean up. And now loWel is on the flank, and this might be surprising. loWel just suddenly disappeared, looking around the corner of the smoke. I'm not sure if bodyy just saw him there. No, he's looking to loWel's long now, so doesn't seem so. Tags coming in, now they're both tagged. Oh my god! Next bullet wins. He's got a molly as well. bodyy has, actually, rather than loWel. But bodyy will retain a expensive round, all things considered. Mousesports had barely any investment in that round.
Yeah.
chrisJ with 2 USP kills, what?
Yeah, those were actually 2 nuts shots, because that was pretty much 2 insta-dinks on both players. Just immediately as they showed up.
Yeah. Ringing all the bells.
Just playing the Glockenspiel.
I love the hold from SmithZz there. Ooh, surprise!
RpK just wandering in towards B.
RpK from out of nowhere, looking for the RKO.
So he's like John Cena, you can't see him.
NiKo on the ramp towards A. SmithZz, how far would he go? Ooh! Spots, but no connection. NiKo's like, whoops, nope, not me, not me.
A lot of close calls for the Mousesports members now. First at long, then B, and now NiKo barely dodging out. He's going to find SmithZz through the smoke as it dissipates. Actually had a good opportunity to actually find bodyy as well.
Awkward for chrisJ now. They know there's a player in CT spawn. Scream looking to join, but he can't do that. Nice play.
I think they're actually going to have to, yeah, it's going to have to be on bodyy actually to take first contact here.
Yeah, G2 might think they have a secret, but they don't. Now, an opening has been made. Spiidi's still focusing on long, but they know there's a player in CT spawn, and they know there's a player on A.
Yeah,
so I don't know why he's facing long doors.
Yeah, this has it, because, yeah, loWel seems to be very aware of the fact that he knows where shox is, so that it makes no sense for Spiidi to actually... Spiidi's still holding long. Is he timed out? No, he comes back. Okay, I have no idea. Maybe he saw an imaginary friend of any of the G2 members.
I mean, maybe that's communication. I don't know, or maybe he didn't hear the call because obviously NiKo saw a player jump into CT spawn ages ago. But if he was focusing and didn't hear that call, then that would explain perhaps why he's throwing along doors the entire time.
You would imagine that one of the other guys who are dead as well, being like, "Dude,
yeah,
come on."
Yeah, that was really weird. That's quite odd.
Yeah,
but it works out for Mousesports.
It does in the end. It's not a big issue. Would have been terrible if it ended up being a massive issue, of course. But there we are. G2 still going to be able to buy up, and already shox goes down. Try to get through suicide. That's a quick peek by chrisJ.
You know, we have Bish Bash Bosh stickers, but we don't have Bingo Bango Bongo stickers. I'm going to ask.
I feel like that's something that Valve is on. Like, they have a plan for this.
I feel like this is a question I have to ask the developers next time I see them.
I think if you put it to their attention, they're just willfully going to delay it.
Could have been two. But chrisJ, only be one for him. No connection onto the second player.
Gotten two already, like in total. So he'll be all right with this contribution so far. Is Scream actually going to drop down here? No. Oh, nicely timed flash onto NiKo.
Perfect Molotov as well. I say perfect, but he can still stand unchallenged by that molly. Pop flash coming in. Mousesports on fire at the moment. Only chrisJ falls after taking two men with him. Very good job, Mr. chrisJ. Needs NiKo to drop him an AWP.
We haven't seen G2 move too much towards that B bomb site yet. Normally, that's one of their go-to things. Either heavily focused on doing B splits or having these unorthodox like 3 to 4 man pushes through upper tunnels. I haven't seen that from them as of now, or not as much at least as I would have expected. But to be fair, whenever they've moved around towards mid, they've been shut down pretty handedly.
Scream with 2 flashes and a smoke. chrisJ and NiKo towards A. It's going to be hard for this bomb to be planted.
There's that.
Get out of the way!
Welcoming present.
Right. Yeah, I like the eco smokes when the smokes are closer to the site. Is it a wall of smokes? No, just one smoke.
That's actually pretty nice. I expected, for a second I thought that was the bomb that they were kind of, rocket boosting out there so we could get behind this coverage of the smoke and then plant for short. I thought that was the idea, but a bomb plant nonetheless. Scream is still alive. Actually finds NiKo with a great, ooh.
Uh-oh, another recall reset is there. Spiidi waiting for the double peek. Scream, great damage, sir. Great damage indeed. All they want is a bomb plant there. He gets 3 1Ds, I believe.
Yeah.
At least 2, but he did get 3 kills. Didn't see the first one. Lovely stuff from G2. And yeah, I feel like we don't see that enough when the short play bomb plant attempt comes in. Just the smoke on the sites.
Yeah, exactly. Just give yourself a little bit more breathing room.
Bish Bosh. Scream putting in work. And that has been very expensive for the Mousesports side. You can see they're lacking money now after their rebuy comes in, their replenishment of supplies. G2 starting towards B bomb site. SmithZz holding mid. Do you want to have vision of short? Split. Ooh, NiKo, he's in the boost position. You can spray that with AKs. You don't even need an AWP, but still nobody does it. That's 2 free kills. Dennis pops out for the crossfire. I mean, G2, they went for the fast play. They went for a gamble. Gamble didn't work out, but they've got 2 players on the site. They've got the site. There's a flank coming in quickly, and NiKo moving through the smoke, going to be spotted by SmithZz. That's the equalizing of numbers. That was close.
It was very close.
Molotov's coming out.
Unfortunately for G2, they've used both their smokes. Ooh!
Oh, this is close. The 1D, is it there? Yes! Spiidi straight on the target. Mousesports not waiting for anyone or anything.
That was hyper aggressive from Mouse. Makes sense with the initial man advantage that they wanted to push in early, like NiKo did. You could see Spiidi was just like tiny bit too late to actually pounce on the fact that SmithZz said to focus on doors. But they still make it work with unrelenting aggression there. Definitely caught off G2.
It's unfortunate for G2 that the time they go for a fast split, I think it was the first time Mousesports had a boost in that position. And you can spray the box to check if anyone is there. But at the same time, if you don't and you just charge towards B and you haven't really given anything away, then there's less time for the CTs to respond. And that's what they're playing against at the moment. The same strat coming in from the CTs, or from the Ts in fact. SmithZz will now have a rifle to collect, Scream making his way into the site. What do you do, Mousesports? Spiidi is going towards the tunnel. They don't have any money in the bank, really, Mousesports, as aforementioned. Yeah,
they do have a bit of quite a few nades. G2, on the other hand, only have one smoke here. So they're going to have to opt for one of the 3 entry points to smoke off pretty soon here. I'm surprised actually SmithZz has held on to his nades for this long. As well as a Molotov as well, actually.
All the grenades, but none deployed. Oh, okay, just the 1 kill for Spiidi, and now he's last man standing. shox not going to wait around. Low health, and that gives Spiidi an AK, but his priority is to clear out these CT players. And they will go for the hunt, but unlikely to find Spiidi at this point.
Yeah, not going to happen.
5 to 6.
And G2 finally make a B attempt work here. And to be fair, they got pretty close at it. And this is something you don't see every day. shox is 1 and 11.
Wow.
So I guess that 7 AM deathmatch session probably is worn off.
Yeah. He's on cooldown.
Yep.
Got a short boost coming in from the CT side. And there it is. shox has doubled his score. He's got a 100% success rate. Make it 200%. 200%! He's going nuts! Nice. Anti-eco. Just Spiidi. Just the AK remains. Where is the AK? They have no idea. Not a bullet has been fired by Spiidi. So they still need to be careful. There he is, and there it goes.
Found it and deleted.
Yeah.
Well, solid from G2 so far. And, oh, another eco coming in from Mousesports. So this is the opportunity that G2 has to actually get some distance on them. Likely, given how unstable their CT sides on Dust 2 normally are, you'd probably want to get to at least 9 rounds if you're G2 here. And obviously that means closing out the entire first half, or the rest of the first half. And again, I guess this is purely because it's an eco round from Mousesports, the fact that it's stacking up towards A, but you know, as of late, we've seen more and more G2 aggression towards that B bomb site. So Scream just wants to move up. He's doing this pretty much alone with the bomb, so there is potentially for Mousesports to actually punish G2.
shox heading towards the B bomb site at the moment, but that's an awkward rotation if it is to be one for Scream, because he's bodyy, he's on his own now with the bomb. Now the bomb's been lost. This is an interesting round. NiKo with an... Oh my god, that's not good. And now SmithZz on short is in trouble. He's got RpK for support, but NiKo's really looking for these taps. Do they realize that RpK's there as well? I don't know if they know that there's both players there. But NiKo's pre-firing for days. loWel only with the USP. Oh no, this is terrible. This is really falling apart for G2. SmithZz, what can they do? Why is it so difficult? Look at the health. They've got combined 18 HP. That smoke disappears, then there is no cover for these gentlemen. Just being teased with these frags. So brutal. loWel could get a 2K here. Oh man.
Honestly though, if you're G2, you deserve to lose that. That's completely your own fault. I don't understand. You're sending the Bomb and Scream as a tag team on long to push and commit all the way to crossover with nobody else around. And you continue with this when you have sent one guy out mid to basically clear out the entire area to the point where you know you can get a successful and pretty easy B split, and you still do it. So at that point, it's like karma comes back to haunt you. You're being punished for your silly decisions.
Mousesports have adjusted their default maybe to deal with the A split. Denis and chrisJ in the area beyond the doors. chrisJ heading back towards A now.
I think NiKo got spotted there. Not going to be the biggest thing, but ooh, shox reacts to the up shot? No?
Maybe he thought it was Goose. He must have thought it was the Goose player.
Yeah. I guess he didn't see the weapon of whoever's playing from slope as well, so he might have just figured it was a quick shot from the guy playing slope.
So the CT players playing outside the B, creating the extra man effect. As you always expect somebody in the B bomb site. Spiidi and T-Spawn's going to be a nasty surprise. And Smith is not even sure where they got shot from. If so far away, all they will hear is a ding-dong. In the meantime, chrisJ will exploit that situation. Body alone. That is a nice play. We've got CTs everywhere. Spiidi willing to duel. Body's heavily tagged now as well. Got himself 2 kills, but he needs an ace. All 3 Mousesports players in the short position.
He's going to need a bomb plant, though.
Yeah.
Pretty
there are no grenades.
decent outcome.
No grenades for these CTs.
Oh,
just a bit too wide.
It's got too much booty.
Too much Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Well, Mousesports have to be pretty happy about how this CT side has turned out for them. Question is, obviously, one of the reasons why they had so much success on their T side versus Envy was the fact that they constantly found, well, they found a mistake that Envy were not able to rectify for a long, long time towards that A-bomb site. Question is if they're going to find something like that from G2 that they can actually use over and over again without G2 actually making adaptations to it.
chrisJ and Spiidi heading towards long. NiKo's being put in the boost position again, I would assume. RpK and Scream on mere pistols in the last round. No choice but to go for the force buy. We'll see if the NiKo boost pays off for the Mousesports side. shox and Body venturing towards mid. He's jumped off the box, actually, has NiKo, just as that smoke goes down. He will force his way through, perhaps. No, not committing to it.
Oh, shox actually gotten behind NiKo. Oh, there we go.
Okay, shox has woken up.
That's more like it.
He's on that headshot treadmill once again. Not expecting to play towards long, though.
Body.
Now he hits something.
Body somehow got behind Denis. And okay, and Denis actually becomes aware of it midway through. They've walked past each other, already gotten into each other's positions pretty much before they turned heads. loWel's going to have a pretty rough time here. Starts off well by picking up SmithZz, but still 3 men to go, and he only has 1 flash to get closer to the site. And shoxy wakes up as the first half ends with 4 kills.
With G2 only 1 round behind, that's not a good time for Mousesports to have shox wake up, although now chrisJ might do the same on the T half. Now he has the freedoms afforded to him of the T half. I know he loves himself some pick play with the AWP. There is a pause coming in, so we may have a short delay before the round begins. Oh, they're trying to pause. There we go. Only
finally gonna go.
Apparently, only shox can pause the match. So, I mean, do you expect Mousesports to have a stronger T side?
Well, I mean, they had a pretty good. I think one of the biggest reasons why they had such a good T half versus Envy was, well, like mentioned, the fact that they found a pretty big gap or a pretty big weakness in the defense of Envy. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find that on G2 right away. For the most part, I'm just hoping that G2 are going to play extremely aggressive the entire time, like we've seen them do on the other CT sides of their all the other maps, pretty much.
Pop flash towards long. Sorry, go on.
No, it's simply because that's going to make it really on Mousesports to actually have to make a conscious decision as to what kind of adaptations they have to make, instead of just playing defaults every single round.
Love the one taps. The one solitary tap on a pistol round. So clean, especially with that fac
Yo, you got
sound.
You're getting them everywhere now.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the new sound of the USP.
I'm not a big fan of the new weapon sounds in general. I think too much of them have started to blend into each other.
Yeah, that's definitely a reasonable argument.
And I was kind of disappointed by the fact that they made the AK less fun. I was kind of hoping they were just going to copy paste the old sounds for the AK especially, because the old AK sound sounded like super meaty and just badass.
I have to go back to the old sounds. The old sound in CS:GO though, the previous one was kind of horrible.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the 1.6 AK sound. That sounded like a beast.
3 Ts moving into the B tunnel. They are not the ones with the weapons. G2 having tied the score with a strong pistol round. shox clearing out the short area. Never one to shy away from the deagle. Trying to slow down now the push of the T's. Got to be careful though, because loWel's crouching, and well, shox is shox. So, but then NiKo's NiKo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, SmithZz has some work to do. He's on the sights on his own. He has taken some damage, and he's going to go straight into the angle. NiKo just waiting for him, and he does not disappoint. The bomb, though, has been lost in mid, and that may crush the round for Mousesports. 3 CTs swarming towards it, but now it's Denis. His turn to go for the deagle shots.
Go full NiKo. Well, NiKo's been able to to pick up a M4 as well. He's got Kevlar too. This might just catch. Oh, okay. I guess the jig is up at this point.
Yeah, I think bodyy may have just spotted it before NiKo had landed. 45 seconds, Mousesports. Is there anything for him to collect though? 1 M4 onto NiKo. Denis still with the deagle.
I think they're gonna have to use. They're gonna have to use Denis as a bit of a decoy. So if he can take attention maybe from SmithZz as NiKo goes for the guy in lower. Actually, oh, NiKo's just gonna walk in all by himself. Well, that makes that round pretty damn hard for. Oh, it's Scream, not SmithZz, of course. It makes it pretty hard for Scream to actually do anything with.
Does he? Well, I don't know. I mean, from the angle Scream is holding, perhaps the bomb could have gone towards A. That is possible. So Denis could entertain for a while, but he realizes what's going on, but it's too late. The round has fallen apart for G2.
Yeah, and in a pretty gnarly way as well. That was definitely
that is hot stuff. Look, he just waits for
him.
That
one is dirty.
But the first one, the parkour onto the corner of the box, it is not easy to jump straight onto the corner of the box like that. It is quite difficult.
Inside corner CT side, yeah.
Yeah, that is quite difficult. And if he doesn't make that jump, they might lose the round. That's how mad it is.
Well, they probably would, honestly, because if shox gets away from that situation with the kill on the guy in top mid as well, then he can just fall back and play the man advantage from range.
You saw Scream's jump there as well. That's not easy to do consistently either. These guys mastery over movement in CS:GO.
Yeah.
Well then, Scream. He has to take standing shots. The accuracy recovers faster if you're crouching with the deagle, but obviously from that position he can't crouch and shoot. Yeah. Because he would be obstructed rather, by the box.
I think even in that situation though, you'd be happy to just get one frag, just alleviate pressure from the potential B split. Oh, SmithZz. Oh, actually gonna find one. Oh, finds chrisJ as well. chrisJ was tagged, but you know, SmithZz for good measure just puts it right into the dome of the Dutch player.
Mousesports moving up long now with the remaining 3 players. Where is that smoke? Oh, that's a smoke for the cross from long. Always nice to see the deep one as well.
Spiidi's the one who gets tagged is of course the one with guy with the bomb. That's gonna be tough for NiKo.
Yeah. Double peak potential. The smoke is still down there. body's retreated behind it. Now he's got time to get around the corner, but there's a player in long. shox with the deagle.
And back and forth we go.
Indeed, we do. 9-9. What do you do, Mousesports? This is the same as the first half. If you look at this, you'll see the scoreboard afterwards. And again, it's just pistol round, force by win, and it's another force by.
So, well, if we're following the same trajectory, right, then at this point, Mouse should win and then stabilize. That's what we're looking at.
RpK will be delivered a bullet into his Kevlar.
And already two players on G2 tagged up heavily. Yeah, off angle from Scream. Works out initially, but Scream got sponged from chrisJ somewhere in mid.
I can't see this going well for Mousesports, gotta be honest. I mean, G2 rather.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
because things are literally lining up for Mousesports right now.
bodyy on the rotation. He would love a kill here. That's
the bomb again! Of course it's the bomb.
Oh man, chrisJ's full health though, and I don't know if they know where he is. Could be long. More likely to be short.
No.
Both
But
focusing on short.
there's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason for both of them to actually aim towards the catwalk. So, SmithZz is actually just gonna bail way off. I don't know why.
Chris heard him running as well. He knows where he is. So
And Chris doesn't know, and SmithZz doesn't know. I feel like this should be a fairly obvious thing that, like, for SmithZz to realize that there's nobody in mid anymore.
all right then, long rotation for SmithZz. He has a kit. He has 12 HP and a scout after they won the force buy. This is so bizarre.
I guess the plus side here is that Chris has been tagged up, so both players just need one hit in that sense. So even playing field.
Yeah. But how does he enter the site with the scout in tow instead of a CZ? He's got to surely have the CZ, but that might be even better.
I think you just need to have a hope and a dream.
Ooh,
Oh, did Chris not see him?
I think he did, but he chose not to engage.
There we go.
SmithZz does the best he can, but again, he had time to defuse the bomb just about if he gets that kill immediately. But the force buys continues to be won, and the CTs do not disappoint me, guys. Yes, force buy time. It is force buy town for G2.
But we are following a plan here, right? Like, this is, of course, scripted. So this is where Mousesports are going to pick up 2 more rounds in a row.
Back and forth, back and forth. No challenge of the long area. RpK with the P250. Ooh,
The
shox
shox push.
Hello. Oh, he's got his bell rung. Yes! Force buy victories is what we love to see.
Damn.
But it's not over just yet. Ooh, RpK is overextended. He's overplayed his hand, and loWel's looking to improve on this.
But doing okay, getting screen up on the site. Assuming shox goes back into middle. And I like this though. Like, even though they're man up, bodyy deciding to push into upper dark, he's gonna get a ton of information here. He might actually be able to catch off NiKo as well, or, and a twist of luck really, NiKo might just be casually waiting for bodyy.
Minutes on the clock for Mousesports to figure out what is good and what is not good. Oh! bodyy, he's done some damage. Doesn't need to commit to it. SmithZz with a super weird angle, but he won't be required. shox coming in again. 3 kills for shox. Looking for a force buy ace perhaps, but Scream will take it away. And indeed, it will be another force buy win. Mousesports. Come on. Yes!
Oh boy. I mean, it's understandable why they're doing it though, because it's all about trying to break the economy of your opponent at this point.
Which they continue to do.
And especially with how much further into the game they're going, it's going to be so much worse to be the one team that gives in and has to eco.
Force buy number 5 in the second half. 2 CTs long. body's going to get picked off, but Scream is there. The B-bomb site cannot be secured just yet, and Scream better pick up that defuse kit because it's the only one on the map for G2. Very important factoid. Hasn't collected it just yet. We'll keep an eye on that in case Mousesports manage to get a plant. Flashbangs from middle doors to slow things down. Ooh, nobody top mid for Mousesports either, so they're going to be scared of a number of angles and locations. Ooh. Can they double peek? They can triple peek. And Scream is leaving the B-bomb site, and he hasn't picked up the kit. There he is. He's got it. Marvelous.
All is right in the world. So actually, in a bit of an off angle behind the barrels, might just get caught out. It's a fairly, like, it's nice to get the first guy down, but it might be really hard to get more here. But he does have one buddy on site as well, so he will be able to draw attention if Mousesports decide to commit, but they're faking this.
It's a trap, but now they know Scream is still on the B-bomb site because he's trying to flashbang just in case. He's having a peek, he's having a butchers, and there is Denis picked off. There's loWel as well. So we may just see our first consecutive round. Oh, 20 seconds though. Spiidi's giving himself opportunity, trying to bait Scream. Oh my god, he was close!
I think if you give him 2 more bullets there, one of them is going to connect to the head of Scream. And then we get a real game on our hands.
Eco Town.
But yeah, not something we've seen so far this half.
We've made it, guys. We've made it. It's come to a close. The 4 spies, at least for the time being.
Yeah, do you think Mousesports are going to go for a weak buy?
I think they'll probably win this round.
You say the full... Yeah, okay.
4 blocks and a P250.
Yeah, they do have the P250, right?
It's a done
That's
deal.
all they need.
I mean, Scream, okay, there we go. Let's get his first kill. But there's so many people there. He needs to back off. He needs to back that ass up.
Go back in for the one taps.
He's going back to the well.
Believe in yourself.
He knows they have no armor. He wants to shred them, but really, he should back off now. He's got SmithZz support from CT Spawn, so he could just be the bait. His previous presence, his former presence.
There we go.
Oh boy, look at that. 27 HP on SmithZz. Just required the one tap to the head there, to be honest. He went for the body spray, didn't work out.
There we are.
There we go. Perfect round for G2, turning out to be.
Yeah, no losses. Nice way to build up some economy, and well, Chris might go for a glass cannon op here, and he is. So it's going to be the buy coming in from Mousesports. Somewhat lacking in utility, but they've shown so far in this half that they're okay. Not necessarily having to use all the nades in the world.
There's surely a push coming in from G2. 3 men towards B. We know they like their fast pushes, and indeed, loWel in for a nasty surprise, just about surviving there, going back, but this is not favorable for loWel. That said, he's still going to get the kill. Molotovs will force him down. I mean, maybe they think the B split's on here, but Scream and SmithZz are there. They might think only one person's towards B in this situation, but in fairness, Scream is on the site, on his own, spotted and dotted. 5-3 now, SmithZz has a lot to do. Doesn't know if tunnels are safe either. So G2 out of position now. 2 players stuck on the A bomb site. Spiidi's still top mid. And loWel's there to cut the rotation off in CT spawn. There's RpK popped off and long. And they will all fall down for G2.
I actually really like the fact that G2 want to opt to go aggressive on the first actual buy round that Mousesports are going to have in this half, because again, you want to make your opponents feel uncertain about what they're allowed to do at any given time on the map. So you want them to play scared. What I didn't quite get is why Scream was so half and half, whether or not he wanted to actually join SmithZz in Upper Dark there, or if he wanted to have control over mid. So he ended up in no man's land on the B bomb site, gets flashed out, and can't really do anything with anything, about anything. I think it would have been way better off if he was just more determined in that sense. And well, that's the entire B bomb site down.
Yeah, so this is save territory for Gamers 2. I think the name officially changed from Gamers 2 to G2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but it's still an acronym, like.
Yeah, no, you're still gonna call it. You're not gonna change it, but I think they just did it simply because nobody called them Gamers 2, right?
Yeah, I mean G2 is a lot snappier. The less syllables, the better, generally.
For the better part, everybody uses acronyms with names. It's like with mouse, right? You don't say Mousesports 99% of the time.
Although Ninjas in Pajamas is a lot of acronyms. Oh! G2 committed, and they lost everything. They lost it all. I thought the save was there. What happened?
They decided to forego it. But that should have been a save just from the get-go. As soon as Body and Scream dies on the B bomb side, just let it be. Well, we're going to see Mousesports on about as full of a buy as you can get, really. And it's going to have every opportunity in the world, and Spiidi's going to find the first frag. And with only pistol in hands for G2, there's not a lot of damage they're going to be able to do in this round, or should be able to do.
shox moving up top mid. I love the patient shooting.
Yeah.
Despite the failure, the patient shooting is awesome. Interesting. I think the only people I know that play the P2000 at the moment, Karrigan, shox, and I'm not sure someone on Virtus Pro plays a P2000, but it's very rare. It's a rare beast. It's like a snow leopard.
It's like 5% of the people who use it or something like that.
Not many at all. I was going to email Valve and ask them actually, but I forgot to do that.
I'm thinking about with the pro scene, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be tiny, isn't it? Ooh. Trades. Scream and shox moving towards B, trying to hold on to the round, but Mousesports have not yet committed to anything. I don't know if they've seen a rotation. NiKo popped his head through doors, but they're headed towards A, and SmithZz is headed towards long. SmithZz has the AWP.
I think they might have heard the second guy from G2 running up the B slope.
SmithZz can really slow things down now. He saw a second player towards Gandalf, but he's still making his way towards the site. Can he hold things down here? Yes! Lovely stuff from SmithZz. Gives shox opportunity. I don't think shox has been detected just yet. So we'll see if Spiidi goes for the plant. It would be a mistake. Oh, shox, the mouse wheel. He jumps. and loses the round.
Do you know what mouse shox he uses?
I don't know what mouse he uses.
If it's a rival or an old Intelli. Surely it's not an old Intelli.
I know, I do know what he uses now, but I don't. Dennis, I don't want to call manufacturers out, but you can see for yourself in the chat if you want to there.
Oh, okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, so somebody asked, is it your mouse? And he replied, yes, WTF. That's unfortunate for shox. That could be the difference between winning and losing this map. But such is life.
Such is life.
I still jump with spacebar. I just can't face. I can't face.
I guess that is fairly safe, but you're never going to be able to bunny hop.
Yeah. On occasion I can. On rare occasion. But I might end up changing at some point, but I just can't be bothered.
You do know that you can multi-bind them, right?
Oh, to switch?
No, so you literally have both spacebar.
Oh, both of them.
And,
oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Just to make sure, because I still have jump on spacebar, but I use mouse wheel down 99% of the time.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered to learn to use
the mouse
wheel and go through the mistakes of. I mean, I barely use it to cycle anyway. But it's match point for Mousesports. And they have, and again, we've got NiKo on the fast pace towards short. loWel caught with a grenade in his hand, unfortunate for him. NiKo looking for the taps, gets some markings onto SmithZz. He's tattooing his back with the name NiKo. 3 versus 2. Again, the tap so patient. Working out well. Body flashed, body dead.
Body bag.
16 in, very good, very good. 16 to 12. Mousesports take it over the line. Who knows what happens if shox doesn't jump with his mouse wheel. But I have had a number of mice where sometimes the mouse wheel kind of gets jammed between 2 places, and then randomly it will just like
the 2 notches
slot back into a
That
notch,
was the thing with the old, I think it was a 3.0 mouse or the 1.1. It's one of the 2 that had that because they had like a smooth wheel or something.
Yeah.
And that was like the main reason why it constantly bugged out and just started jumping at random times, because you ended up in the middle of those notches.
Yeah, interesting
there
stuff. Maybe we'll have some future mouse technology to deal with these things. Anyway, 16 to 12 on the first Dust 2. We'll see what happens in the second one after the break.
This time now, my brother. Come, follow me. Move it.